You have an extremely persistent notion of time. There's a past that is different from future. There is a present moment, which is the reality. And things exist in present moment. The present moment is moving towards future. In this video, I'll show you that this notion of time is an illusion. An extremely strong and persistent illusion coming out of the second law of thermodynamics. While keeping this video simple enough for many of you to understand, we'll be uploading a video series on statistical mechanics, explaining the required mathematical background. It is quite an obvious thing that I am waiting here for a train to arrive. The train hasn't come yet. How can such an obvious reality be an illusion? To understand it, first let's take away your conscious notion of space and the conscious notion of time. There is no space. There is no locality. That means there is no notion of proximity. Moon is closer to you than the Jupiter is a spatial notion. In this meter stick, this end is 4 meters away from the other end is a spatial notion. It is a conscious way of representing locality. Give up the notion of space and let space be spaceless abstract points. Similarly, give up the notion of locality of time. The notion that yesterday is closer to you than the Big Bang. Let the space-time be an abstract cloud of points, a spaceless and timeless collection of points. Let's call this abstract thing alpha. We are going to start with alpha and try to derive conscious sense out of it. In this abstract thing alpha, everything is not the same. Alpha has different states, and there are patterns between these states. Patterns means rules. How one state is related to another. Rules mean relationships. Let's think there happened to be a pattern of this nature. This is state S1 of alpha. S1 has several microstates represented here in dots. At a certain considered level of resolution, these states are indistinguishable. That means at a given level of resolution, they all look the same, but they contain slight differences to each other. S2A and S2B are two other states of alpha. There's a pattern between S1 and S2A. So S2A can be described as caused by S1 and also vice versa. S1 can be caused by S2A following the same pattern. Due to those slight unnoticeable differences, some microstates of S1 does not cause S2A. They cause some other state, S2B. Like S2A, S2B also can be causally connected to S1. Now, S2A and S2B are distinguishable at the given resolution. Let's think this fractal pattern is there in alpha. Now, if we know the rules, looking at S2A, we can say it is caused by S1. But looking at S1, we cannot say whether it is caused by S2A or S2B. So, if you know the rule, looking at S2A, you can say what is S1. In other words, S2A is a record of S1. Let's call this record R1. Similarly, looking at S3A, you can say what is S2A. Therefore, S3A contains a record of S2A. Let's call it R2A. And R2A contains R1 within it. Therefore, S3A contains records of R2A plus R1. Therefore, state Sn contains record of factorial Rn minus 1. If alpha has this fractal pattern, and some of the records in this pattern are conscious memories, then this pattern is time in relation to those conscious memories. Let's look at this time fractal. At any given state, you have records of past. There are no records of future. Future can only be predicted with a certain accuracy. Any given state is a present moment. At any given state, you have records of past and no records of future. Past is clearly different from future. At a given level of resolution, the order of the pattern is S3 has more distinguishable states than S2. Or in other words, entropy of S3 is greater than S2. So the order of the pattern is in the direction of increasing entropy. For those conscious memories, the order of the pattern is the locality of time. S3 is in the locality of S2 because R2 plus R1 of S3 is related to S2. Now the question is, why are you here in this particular present moment and not anywhere else? What is the speciality of this particular present moment? The answer is, you are built into the fractal of time, including this very question you are asking. Your perception of present moment is built into the fractal of time. There is no you outside time. There is no you existing outside existence to see existence. It is only animal notion. There is no speciality to any one of present moments. There is no present moment except such conscious conception. In one particular region of alpha, due to one particular arrangement of states, there is a conscious notion. That conscious notion is the notion of time. There is no temporality to time without such conscious conception.